What is absolutely up, everybody? And welcome back to the greatest animation channel on the entire internet. Today, we are going completely and totally all the way in on one of the most joyful, most celebrated, and most passionately demanded announcements in the entire history of animated cinema. Because after 20 years of waiting, 20 years of hoping, 20 years of fans telling anyone who would listen that this needed to happen, the Simpsons Movie 2 formally entered production on September 29th, 2025, confirmed by Disney's 20th Century Studios, with a first official poster illustrated by Matt Groening himself, showing a classic pink donut and the tagline, "Homer's coming back for seconds," with a release date of September 3rd, 2027, Labor Day weekend, after being moved from its original date of July 23rd, 2027, and today, we are breaking down the entire world of The Simpsons, the complete story of the original film, every character who built this franchise across 37 magnificent seasons, and everything we know about the sequel, starting where everything started. With The Simpsons itself, created by the legendary Matt Groening, who also created Futurama, premiering on December 17th, 1989 on Fox, and going on to become the longest-running scripted primetime television series in American history. With over 37 seasons and 800 episodes that built the template for every adult animated comedy that followed. Family Guy, South Park, Bob's Burgers, American Dad, every single one of them exists because of what Matt Groening built in that yellow house at 742 Evergreen Terrace. Home of the greatest animated family in the history of the medium. Homer J. Simpson, round ball, donut-obsessed safety inspector at the Springfield nuclear power plant, owned by the magnificently sinister Montgomery Burns. Homer voiced for 37 seasons by the extraordinary Dan Castellaneta, who also voices Grandpa Abe Simpson, Krusty the Clown, Groundskeeper Willie, Barney Gumble, and Mayor Quimby. His endlessly patient and brilliantly warm wife, Marge Simpson, voiced by the irreplaceable Julie Kavner, their son Bart Simpson. The anarchic skateboarding, underachieving troublemaker whose "ay caramba" became one of the defining phrases of the 1990s. Voiced by the legendary Nancy Cartwright, who also voices Nelson Muntz, Ralph Wiggum, Todd Flanders, and baby Maggie, their daughter, Lisa Simpson, the brilliant, socially conscious, saxophone-playing 8-year-old moral compass of the entire franchise. Voiced with warmth and intelligence by the brilliant Yeardley Smith and Maggie Simpson. The wordless but never expressionless baby who once shot Mr. Burns and has been the subject of some of the most emotionally devastating sequences in television history. And surrounding this family is the most fully realized animated ensemble cast ever assembled. Ned Flanders, Waylon Smithers, Principal Skinner, Mr. Burns, Dr. Hibbert, Kent Brockman, Reverend Lovejoy, and Lenny Leonard, all voiced by Harry Shearer, Mo Syslak, Apu, Chief Wiggum, Comic Book Guy, Professor Frink, Cletus Spuckler, and Carl Carlson, all voiced by Hank Azaria, Tress MacNeille, Maggie Roswell, and Kelly MacLeod, rounding out the cast that brings an entire town to extraordinary life. And the Simpsons Movie of 2007, directed by David Silverman with a screenplay by 11 writers, including Groening and James L. Brooks, took all of this and placed it on the biggest possible cinematic stage. The story centered on Homer's catastrophically irresponsible decision to dump a massive silo of pig waste into Lake Springfield, contaminating the water supply and triggering EPA Administrator Russ Cargill, voiced with magnificent villain energy by Albert Brooks. To have the president place Springfield under an enormous glass dome and ultimately plan the town's total destruction. And the film delivered everything 18 years of waiting had built toward. The legendary Spider Pig sequence where Homer walks his pet pig across the ceiling on suction cups became one of the most quoted and most beloved comedy moments of the entire 2000s decade. Green Day's spectacular opening performance of the Simpsons theme on a barge in Lake Springfield. The extraordinary Tom Hanks cameo playing himself, advertising the new Grand Canyon. The emotionally devastating scene where Marge records her farewell message to Homer in an Alaska motel. Homer's ridiculous encounter with an Alaska medicine woman. The breathtaking finale, where Homer rides a motorcycle around the inside of the dome, guided by Bart, who gives his father the love and respect the entire film was building toward. And the movie earned a magnificent $536 million worldwide on a $75 million budget, with an 87% score on Rotten Tomatoes. And now, 20 years later, the sequel is officially in active production with the regular cast expected to return. Produced by James L. Brooks, Matt Groening, Al Jean, Mike Scully, and Richard Sakai. With guest star rumors briefly including Pitbull, Tyler the Creator, and Elton John, who appeared on IMDb before being quickly removed. The film marks the 20th anniversary of the original Simpsons movie and the 40th anniversary of the Simpsons franchise itself. Two milestones that make September 3rd, 2027 one of the most significant dates in the history of animated entertainment. And we are going to be here tracking every single development. So smash that like button, hit subscribe, ring every bell, and drop your favorite moment from the original Simpsons movie in the comments. Because Springfield is going back to the big screen and Homer Simpson is absolutely coming back for seconds.